Oh, damn. Sorry. Thank you, Jill. No audio. My bad. Yeah, see, it's been rough. So, what I was saying was, wow, 3 minutes. I was just rambling on. Crap. There it is. Wow. Sorry. So, I started with I have a special guest in the studio tonight, Mr. Cricket. Crickets get into the house this time of year, so I have crickets everywhere. So, he's chirping in my ear on to the left. He stopped at the moment, but he'll start again. Um, and I was saying it a little rough tonight. I'm not gonna completely lie. I'm a little rough around the edges. I did not get to see here now. Uh, Set lists and all my pictures put on. It's just I had to deal with thieves again. They've broken into the building once again, and I can't stop them at this point. I'm trying my best, but they've cut all the copper. They got on the roof. They cut the wires to the building, the electrical wires, to steal the copper from the electrical wires. They've smashed windows out on the second floor. So I spent most of the day cutting down trees. All the bushes around the building have been cut down. I cut 20 feet up of the pine tree, the giant pine tree, with a chainsaw to make it so you can see at least the building a little better because it's dark. I cannot turn electricity on now because they literally got in the building, stole the copper, damaged the electrical panels. I have gold records missing. I have autographed guitars missing. I was getting all this stuff in storage and categorized for sale, and assumed it would be safe in my pretty secure building, but apparently not. Like I said, they climbed on the second floor, smashed windows out. They've now smashed doors, bolt cutters to cut through locks like it was nothing. And at this point, I just can't stop them. The police can't do anything about it. And it's just frustrating. It's cat and mouse. I'm so done with burglars and robbers and thieves at the moment. I just am, and I can't stop them. I can't stop them. I don't have any means to do that. Like I literally cannot turn electricity because there's no wires left. The damage is so severe, and the police can't do anything. And it's just I'm a little physically drained, emotionally drained, spiritually. It's just tough. It's a lot right now. I just need to sell the building, and it's been 18 months that this thing's been dragging on. So I'm still dealing with the radio station. I have not been able to move on. Not that I want to, but I kind of have to. But yeah, today was just one of those days where I just didn't really need this. I tried to have a nice weekend, and I just came back to just shit, just shit. So I'm going to go through my normal stuff. I'm going to talk about births and deaths and music things that happened today, and I'm just going to kind of go through the paces. So if I seem flat, that's why. If I don't seem flat, great, that's awesome. Then I'm putting on a great face. I'm a much better actor than you think. Maybe I'll get that gig someday. And look, that's me in an acting gig I got. I'm still going to keep talking about it. So if you do decide to go to it, make comments about it. And, use it for a resume boost at some point. I don't know. I don't know if they'll ever pick it back up. If they do, that's great. If they don't, well, it was fun. And I get paid a little bit of money. So maybe I'll try and do more of those, which I'm trying to do. Ta-da! Anyhow, so let's see. 1847. I'm going to do births first. Okay, I'm going to do births, then music, and then deaths. Okay, how's that? We'll end on an awesome spiritual note. 1847. Albert Ross Parsons was a composer from Sandusky, Ohio. I don't know what he composed. I don't know anything about this man. I just saw that it was Sandusky, Ohio, and put him in the list because I was like, okay, why not? 1847. Most composers back then were from Germany or France or somewhere. So I was like, wow, a dude from Sandusky, Ohio made this list. Why not? 1974, Lauren Bacall was born. Now, I guess actor, she was also a singer. Didn't know that, but she showed up in the singer part, not the actor part. So, okay, why not, right? Keanu Reeves is a singer, isn't he? He's in Dog Star. So, isn't every actor? William Shatner. Come on, have you ever heard Shatner sing? It's kind of awesome, to be honest. But, he sings like he speaks because it's what William Shatner does. 1925, B.B. King. Oh, B.B. King. We lost B.B. King, I think, in 2015, like 10 years ago. George, now again, this was George Chakiris was in West Side Story. He was from Norwood, Ohio. I was like, great, more singers from Ohio. I'm like, why not? I'm just going to put him in there today. I just was like, why the hell not? Okay? Because there was not a lot. So just, I was thinking, let's talk birth. Birth. Okay? Ron Blair, he was a bass player with Tom Petty. Don, the Idea Guy. Hi, Don. How you doing, buddy? Belinda Butcher, My Bloody Valentine. And David Michael Sabo of Skid Row. Oh, I did miss Dave Blood of The Dead Milkmen, Punk Rock Girl. So Dave Blood and then Belinda Butcher of My Bloody Valentine. So there you go. All right. And this is my stuff I found that happened today. So this one was interesting. Davy Jones, spelled D-A-V-I-E Jones, changed his name to David Bowie today in history on 1965. The reason being is because Davy Jones, D-A-V-Y Jones, of the Monkees, was also Davy Jones. And Davy Jones, I.E., did not want to be confused with Davy Jones, V.Y., of the Monkees. So he changed his name to David Bowie. I think it was a good choice. I don't know if I would have... Oh my God, Jones was great. I don't know. Bowie was great. Yeah. I think that's better. I think he made a wise choice. I mean, I think so. That's just me. I'm personally biased because I like David Bowie. I got to meet David Bowie, all that good stuff. So sure, I think that's a great choice. 1974, Bob Dylan began recording in New York City, Blood on the Tracks, his 15th album. And there was a whole bunch of Dylan stuff that I was just like, screw it, man. Dylan gets way too much press. Like, just because he's, got stuff like, all right, that's enough. Enough singles. He released like 5 singles today. I was like, I'm not putting all those down. I'm in no mood. I'm just not feeling it. I'm not feeling the love for Dylan today. Sorry. This wasn't happening. Ringo Starr, in 1977, released in the UK his single Drowning in a Sea of Love, which I found to be interesting because he also released in 2022 his single, or his third EP, titled EP3. So Ringo's still putting out the stuff, man. He's still trying to put it out there. I mean, he's the singing drummer. Why not? We all live in a yellow submarine. I feel like it today. 1977, the debut album of the Talking Heads was released today, September the 16th. And on that was Psycho Killer, Talking Heads 77. Amazing. David Byrne. I guess they're going to be coming to Columbus. They're playing Mershon in a couple weeks. Is this correct, I believe? I don't know. I have to look. All I know that I saw somebody tell me that Turnstile is playing on the 23rd of September. And I'm like, oh, crap. I didn't even know that. Because that's one thing I have not kept up on is what's happening locally. Because I don't go to shows because I don't get free tickets. And they're really expensive. I don't have money to buy them. And no, nobody gives me, I'm not hailed as the chief of all things musical anymore. And so people do not just say, don't you want free tickets? That's not how it works. Just so you know. That fall was just long. A long descent. That no parachute, just over the edge and just keeps running going. Talking Heads. 1978, the Grateful Dead performed 3 nights at the Giza Theater and Light and Sound Theater. Sound and Light Theater, I guess, in Giza. So they basically played at the foot of the Sphinx and the Great Pyramid of Giza for 3 nights. That's pretty cool. I would have liked to have gone to see the Grateful Dead playing there. I'm not like a giant Deadhead fan. I'm not like a traveling Deadhead. I did do a few shows with the Dead. Back in the day, I had a friend who had a bus in New Jersey. And so we did a couple of shows on the East Coast because they were just close, like New Jersey, Delaware, that kind of stuff. But, it wasn't like, Deadhead, like, must go to every Dead show ever. But that would have been a cool thing to see the Dead play, well, you've got the Sphinx. And I'm just saying, it just sounds cool to me. Bowie, they released a new album on Spotify this week filled with Bowie stuff that I haven't heard before. Oh, interesting. I did not know that. That did not show up on my list of shit. And I don't have Spotify. I mean, I do, but I don't use it. I remember YouTube Music, usually listen to the commercials. Or not. Sometimes I don't. Just saying. Sugar Hill Gang in 1979 released their Singer-Rapper's Delight. I didn't do a lot of research on that one. Again, sorry. It was really just, I'm really just dialing it in today. I'm not going to lie. I didn't research shit. I didn't even start till after 10. I got home late, showered. I had to get sap off my arms with rubbing alcohol because I cut down so much pine trees that got on me. Sorry, Dave, if you're watching tonight, if you got pine tar all over you. Yeah, it was kind of a bear to get off, wasn't it? 2017 Farm Aid in Pennsylvania. The usual suspects, Willie Nelson, John Mellencamp, Neil Young, Dave Matthews, Jack Johnson, the Avett Brothers, and Sheryl Crow. I haven't heard Jack Johnson's name forever. We did a big room with Jack Johnson years and years and years ago. He was definitely like a cool cat. Just kind of like surfer vibe dude and just, one of those very cool things. So, dug that for sure. And an interesting lunch meeting today. I did go to a lunch meeting today and met with somebody. And they had all sorts of ideas of stuff I should do. Like, we should do this. And I was like, I just pissed on his parade so bad. And I didn't mean to. It was just like, yeah, bro, I haven't thought of any of those things in the last 18 months. I've just been sitting on my ass. Sorry. Like I said, I am just in a really foul mood today. But yeah, he got the brunt of my just shitty mood. He was like, you should do this and, start this company and do this and with the music and with this and this. And I just shit all over his ideas. And I told him, I said, dude, it's not that your baby's ugly. It's just that it's covered in baby oil. And it's just slippery because, I've thought of all this stuff. I've thought of every one of these things, 5 different directions to try and start, the streaming radio station, but it's expensive and this and this and this. And an online promotions company and a promotions company and this and this. And I'm like, and the problem is this, or an agency. I said, yeah, because every media person in the fucking world that did radio or TV that now thinks they're a media expert and starts an agency and they just, foul everything. So it's just, it was one of those days. Sorry. I'm just going to keep telling you that because that way if I seem like disingenuous, it's because I really am today. I am just not feeling it. I talked about Ringo Starr. 2023, Jan Warner. I remember this distinctly because I know the head of the Rock Hall board, Greg. Nice guy. He actually came to the radio station and looked at the big room and loved it. Loved how curated it was back when there was actually stuff on the walls that wasn't stolen. Jan Warner, the co-founder of the Rolling Stones magazine, was ousted on this day from the board of directors from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And it seems that while Jan was exercising his right to free speech, saying crap about female and black artists was not acceptable at that moment in time. And his ass was kicked off for that. I remember that. It was pretty like, whoa, bro, really? Where's this coming from? Like, you're the head of Rolling Stone magazine, and you, okie doke, man, good. Peace out for that. So it goes. Talked about this the other day. 2024, Jane's Addiction cancels the final month of their tour. 3 strange days, after Perry Farrell got into an altercation on stage with Dave Navarro. That was only a year ago, so if you don't remember that, go Google it. Perry Farrell basically just lost his shit. The explanation was that, he was late in his guitar and Perry got mad and, like I said before, don't do drugs, kids. Just don't do drugs. just wow, Perry. Come on, man. That shit's just bad. And I talked about it the other day. Perry Farrell, I've met him before, and he's just a very intense guy and just definitely a little Perry Farrell. Let's put it that way, you know. He doesn't be, you know, at the head of Jane's Addictions and Porno for Pyros and start Lollapalooza if you're, you know, low key. He's a high-strung guy. So I don't know if we'll see that return. I think that they've said that they were going to take a break, but I think there's lawsuits and lots of other stuff now. I don't think we'll be seeing Jane's Addiction again. They will not come this way again. Also, on this day, 1 year ago today, Sean Combs was arrested. And the details are just salacious. That's a good word for it, salacious. So you can go ahead and read all you want about it. It's just the saga. And you know about it because it was in the news. It's been public. It's just a mess. You know, freak, baby. Get your freak on. Just don't do it at the expense of others, apparently. Just saying, man. Just saying, you know, don't do it at the expense of other humans. Let's see what else. 1977, Bruce Springsteen recorded his fourth album, Darkness on the Edge of Town. That was recorded. Oh crap! It says end stream. No, not yet. What did I hit? Hold on. Sorry, not yet. Jeez, Louises. Fuck. 1985, Kate Bush releases her fifth album, Hounds of Love. Now, Hounds of Love is probably her best album if you listen to Kate Bush. I knew enough about Kate Bush to know that, yeah, that was a really good album. She sold 1.1 million copies, so that's pretty good. Again, you know, that gets you in the whole like platinum record thing, and you know, you're very happy when you get to that status for that. And that also had the hit single in it, Running Up the Hill. And again, she charted the tops in 2022 with that same song because of Stranger Things. So that's where it got, you know, revived and revitalized. I know that Meg Myers did a cover of that some years ago as well. And I had a really funny story that someone reminded me of the other day about Meg Myers. So I'm just going to recant that really quickly. We had Meg Myers do a big room, the first big room she ever did with us. She did, I think, two, maybe three. Anyway, the very first big room she did, there was an intern that was coming in for an interview that day. And the intern, I guess, sat down. Meg Myers was in the lobby. The intern sat down in the lobby as well. And I guess this girl said to her, "Oh, hi, I'm so-and-so. Are you here for the intern interview as well?" And she was like, "No, I'm Meg Myers." And she goes, "Oh, nice to meet you, Meg. I'm so-and-so. Like, you know, what school do you go to?" And she goes, "No, I'm Meg Myers. I'm a performer. I'm a musician." "Oh, that's cool. You know, is that what you do in school?" And this girl just did not have a clue. And I guess Meg was polite about it, but I guess taken a little aback by it. Because she did mention it later on. And we all thought it was kind of funny. Like, okay, you're a new artist. Like, what do you think? Oh, Meg Myers. 1985, the Waterboys released their album, This Is the Sea. 1963, the Beach Boys released their album Surfer Girl. And in 2008, TV on the Radio released their third album, Dear Science. Now, I did do this at least because I don't want to be a complete crap ass. So, I do have TV on the Radio set list from the other day. I did get the set list. There you go. All right, so I have at least something prepared from the See Here Now Festival weekend, so I'm not a complete liar and a complete jag-off here. All right? So they started with Young Liars. They played Golden Age. Then they played Happy Idiot, which I was very happy to hear. I was like, yes, that's Happy Idiot. And my friend that I was with pointed at it, goes, "Oh, this is Happy Idiot." I'm like, is it? I just was oblivious. And all of a sudden he goes, "Happy Idiot." I'm like, oh, yeah, it is. I guess it was live and I was just not thinking at the moment. But yes, it was Happy Idiot, and I was exactly that at that moment. I was a Happy Idiot. Then Wolf Like Me, Could You, Keep Your Heart, DLZ, Dancing Choose, Trouble, Repetition, and ended with Staring at the Sun. It was great. Really enjoyed seeing Team on the Radio. We had them do a big room, which was so great. Saw them at the Newport Music Hall, I think it was. And then some at Lollapalooza and some at an after show at Lollapalooza. So, yeah, I was a fan of Team on the Radio. Tunde was a super nice guy. Really, really nice. He spent a lot of time talking with our program director at the time, and really, really good cat. Enjoyed that a lot. I am going to, because I now have them in my possession, I will be displaying or showing some of the gold records that have survived. I think there's 2 Lenny Kravitz left of the 4. So like I said, if you see any gold records for sale on Facebook Marketplace or anywhere else, please feel free to tell me. And call the police, because they're stolen. They're fucking stolen. Sorry for cursing. I just try not usually, but this is made for kids anyway, so fuck it. Where am I at? Oh, and then let's see. We have deaths. I'm going to talk about deaths, just because. Let's see what deaths we had today. Let's see. We had Mark Bolan of T-Rex, Bang a Gong. He died in 1977. Sheb Woolley. Sheb Woolley. I was like, who the hell is Sheb Woolley? I was like, oh, wait. The song, The One-Eyed, One-Armed Wild Purple People Eater. Yeah, that song. I was like, oh, okay. And then Azor Rhodes. And again, who the hell's Azor Rhodes? You know exactly what it is. Because if I tell you, she sung the song, It's Raining Men. It's raining men. Hallelujah. Yeah, I mean, that's that song. Like, we've all heard that at some point in our life. It's been playing somewhere at something, and you've heard that song. I know you have, because I have. Because, again, it's one of those songs. And then Mary Travers. And you're like, who the hell's Mary Travers? And you know again who that is, because she's Mary of Peter, Paul, and Mary. And who's Peter, Paul, and Mary? You know that because she sung the song Puff the Magic Dragon. Puff the Magic Dragon. Right, that song, Puff the Magic Dragon. I mean, what were they talking about? Couldn't be weed, right? No, stop it. They would not have a song about that, would they? And then actors, we didn't lose any actors up until today, apparently, because Robert Redford died. He had quite the history. Again, I just apologize. I just know he died because I saw it, but I didn't do any research on any subject other than just going through my list of things. I think I went through like 2 of my 5 that I normally surf through. So I'm sure there's a ton more that I missed. Births, deaths, other things that happened on this day musically and such. But I just don't give a fuck. I'm sorry. It's just that bad. I'm just not feeling it at all today. I was like, should I even do this tonight? You know, I just yeah, that's how it goes, man. You know, we all have those days. Some days you're the bug, some days you're the windshield. Man, I am the fucking bug. Just creamed at 90 miles an hour. What can I say? It's the way it goes, right? It is. Oh, you know what? Like this and subscribe to this, okay? Yeah, this thing, see, Randsanity, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm going to do something on there eventually. Sure. I'm also going to get my store open at some point. That was 108 days ago I started that shit. I swear I will. I just have to find time to do it because this is just nonstop. It has been endless. It's just this onslaught of stuff that's going on at the moment. And I don't quite understand it. For some reason, it's really just ridiculous. So you tell me. You know, where it starts and where it ends, because I don't know. Anyway, and there was something about, I already told you about that. I just shit all over somebody's ideas today about jobs. inventing them for me we could do together. And I just, Don knows him, if Don's still here. I'll tell you about it later, Don. Sorry. Inside, I don't want to be saying stuff. That's why I don't post on social media anymore. Because, yup, all that. Everything. Thanks. I'm not even going to keep you here for 30 minutes tonight. It's 28 minutes and 25 seconds. I can riff for 2 minutes, so we hit at least 30 minutes. Let's see what else. I did the set list. I told you the set list from Lenny last night, right? Lenny said, "Bring It On," Minister of Rock and Roll, TK421, I Belong to You, Dig In, Believe, Paralyzed, Always on the Run, Ain't It Over Till It's Over, American Woman, again, Fly Away, and Are You Going My Way? So he ended it just rocking. He kind of eased into it and then just slayed it at the end. He kept his penis in his pants, so that was good. And someone did make a joke about that. Blink-182 did make the joke. See, look at that. I overstayed my welcome. Oh, damn it. See, I overstayed my welcome. I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at it and didn't do it. Blink-182 did make the joke about Lenny's penis, which was kind of funny because, that's Blink-182. And I guess they played at Riverbend tonight. So if you went to it, awesome. It was probably the same show I saw 3 days ago or 2 days ago. I don't really know. Still here. You sound exceptionally down, brother. Well, yeah, that sucks. I know. I kind of said what in the middle it was. It was just it was a day, Don. I dealt with the police again today. I'm dealing with the thieves and criminals who have broken into the building now on multiple occasions, smashed out the windows on the second floor, pretty much have destroyed the inside of the building, stolen multiple shit. Let's put it this way. All right, this is how fucked it is, okay? And I will leave it on this. The police recovered 4 autographed guitars that I didn't know were missing because they were all, stacked in catalogs because I was getting ready to have another auction for these things. They got recovered because they found 2 fine gentlemen with these guitars. Of course, they're like, we didn't steal them, we found them. Sure they did. They were pristine condition. They were my guitars. So I got them back and put them back in the building. They're gone again. Right. Because they broke in again. That's like 4 times now. And I can't stop them. I literally cannot stop them. I have boarded up the fucking windows on the second floor. I cut the balcony off. I literally cut down all the trees. I put steel bars, bolted bars across the doors that I literally can't get into the building myself. Chained them. They just cut the shit. I mean, nobody cares. I mean, the cops are just like, sorry, we're at a murder scene. I'm like, of course you are. I mean, they're very nice. I mean, it's, I talk to them when I have a cell phone. I keep giving them updates, but it's like, we can't watch your building. Sorry. I'm like, get it. I can't turn electricity on because there's no copper left. And, it's just, it's that. So that's kind of when I'm in that mood. I'm just, it's just tough. It's a lot. I just want to be done with this. I just want to be done with it. This is just, it's sort of insult to injury. I got my ass kicked by the radio station being gone, and I've kind of had to deal with that. But I never get to fully deal with it because I'm still stuck dealing with it today, 18 months later. So that's why I'm down today. See, I can smile about it, grit my teeth, and all that. Anyway, so stuff's so nice they had to steal it twice. It's true, they did. They stole it twice. Unfucking believable. Because literally today I had plans to get everything in storage, which I couldn't do because it was dark and I had problems and had to secure the building. That was the first thing I had to try and do. And so, I got a lot of stuff out there tonight, but again, hindsight's 2020. I should have done this, I don't know, when? 6 months ago? A year ago? I don't know. So I can only blame myself. Bye. Leaving. I'm going to fade to black. And, we'll do this again tomorrow, but completely differently. I'm going to have something from See Here Now I'm going to make graphics. I did start to try and do it, but then, yeah, I just didn't. Appreciate you. Thanks. Talk soon. Fade to black. I thought I hit it. Did I not hit it? I did hit it. All right. I'm going to go eat a cookie. Just because.